somehow WACTOR returned. Universally known as one of, if not the worst VTuber agencies, especially owing to their past where they had purposefully doxed some of their actual talents in clear retaliation. WACTOR last year rebranding as 910 Incorporated, debuting 7 different talents mid last year, all while recently teasing a new talent, this being the existing VTuber Devilnya, whose full model we cannot show on YouTube. That was until Devilnya made this announcement, simply saying, "I have canceled my plans to join 910 Incorporated, WACTOR. It was a very scary world. I will continue to prepare my activities as an indie. I apologize to those who had high hopes for me." WACTOR just hours later going full scorched earth against Devilnya, remarking they would be dealing with damages to their company and credibility by way of the remarks from Devilnya, stating, "We are taking action in relation to the statements made by Devilnya on March 9th, which were damaging to the credibility of our company and our members." WACTOR in no time going back to their doxing background, in black and white saying, "In the event of a breach of our agreement, the licensee may, at its discretion, either disclose the licensee's actual name, that being the VTuber's real name, or disclose the breach." WACTOR even going so far as to show personal DMs between themselves and the VTuber, saying that back on March 2nd, Devilnya had informed them that she had doubts about joining. And further, they received the comments from Devilnya criticizing the activities of other 910 Incorporated members. WACTOR saying, "We decided that a person who cannot respect other members is not suitable as a talent to belong to our company." WACTOR saying further regarding legal action, "The contracts between us and the talents are potentially updated on a daily basis based on what we have learned from previous cases of breaches of contract. We have already won a number of lawsuits, not only in Japan, but also abroad. We're planning to consult with law firms that have already been engaged by Devilnya in several of the cases in which we have been the plaintiff. Also, please know that 910 Incorporated members have been given permission to express their thoughts on this matter in their X posts. And yes, one by one, members of 910 Incorporated would come in defense of WACTOR or in retaliation against Devilnya. One of these members, originally having left the actual company back on March 1st, coming back just to essentially trash talk Devilnya, saying at least in 910 Incorporated there are no other girls who drag others into their own affairs or make comments that put others down. Now, once again, Devilnya had no interactions with any of these VTubers, only DMing WACTOR with their concerns, and then WACTOR turning around and sharing these DMs with the members and the public. Devilnya seeing this activity from the members in 910 Incorporated, asking, is this a flame marketing tactic? And also elaborating on the screenshot provided by 910 Incorporated. Devilnya, before joining, being led to believe that the VTubers were in the position of full-time streamers, then finding out they were only part-time and believing that none of this was being taken seriously. Devilnya ending with, "They're all liars." WACTOR also having a history of quote-unquote skinwalking accounts, that being the activity of management taking over a VTuber account and saying what they want the VTuber to say, that being a potential scenario among their 7 current talents on their social media. Devilnya elaborating further in their findings about how not serious this particular agency was, and lastly remarking, "My current followers are connected to me without any connections to the agency, so there's no need to use flame marketing. I don't want to be a woman who just wants numbers." So once again, that is WACTOR racing to the top to be the worst VTuber agency. As here now we also have the VTuber group hololive, stating they're an indie VTuber group with 7 current members. hololive taking to Twitter to advertise himself with these now deleted tweets, remarking, "Have you ever wanted to join a VTuber group but couldn't because of being a minor? Hi, we are hololive. The group was founded to help the more underrepresented part of the VTubing community like minors, LGBTQ, and POC VTubers. We currently have 8 lovely members, which are all adopt, but we take in-house VTubers too. We help with management, assets, and branding. Unfortunately, though, hololive isn't a company and doesn't have any funds. All the artist and manager working with us are doing it voluntarily. If you're interested about joining as a member or even staff, you are in luck. We are soon opening up our auditions for both, so stay tuned. tuned. Solar Live lastly ending this advertisement tweet with, to make it clear, this group was founded by minors for minors. Solar Live later remarking there will be a big statement coming up later this day. Until then, please do not harass any of the members and please keep their models out of this. Then tweeting out, hello, here's the founder of the group. First of all, I'd like to say I was a minor when I founded the group and still am. Then something that is also really important is that the way I worded the tweet from earlier was really bad. I always advertised Solar Live as a group that welcomed everybody and was very inclusive and included minors. Until this point, I never advertised Solar Live as a group, quote unquote, from minors for minors, and regret saying that. I wrote it in the first place because people were accusing the management of being groomers. And if members revealed their ages or not to the public was up to them, this was to avoid people with bad intentions. Now, behind the scenes, this group exists since almost 2 years without any drama, controversy, or scandals. All we ever did behind the scenes is support each other, warn each other from bad people in the community, and hype each other up. There was never any NSFW stuff going on behind the scenes. Minors are allowed to be VTubers. No space on the internet is 100% safe for them, so I tried making one, and I think up to this day I was able to make every member feel welcome and appreciated. It's also really important to know that we are not a company, more like a support group among friends, which means we only ever took quote-unquote adopts as members who already had a model and that we never had any sort of contract. There's a lot more I'd like to say, but it doesn't matter at this point. I'm disbanding Solar Live, so please leave every one of us alone. You can say that the group was a bad idea, but no one ever had bad intentions or are bad people. English is not my first language, so I hope that I was able to at least kind of explain things and share our side. And now for a welcome shifting of gears here, let's very quickly turn back to Beyond the Veil, a new anime and webcomic universe starring mythic talent creators coming in 2025, this being in conjunction with Storygrounds. Yours truly is playing a role in this, and there's currently a giveaway going on for the next week. Prizes include mythic merch, a season pass for the Beyond the Veil webcomic, and even a PlayStation 5. We'll include that entry link down below. And as mentioned, TVS is currently running not one, but 2 unions in Goddess of Victory Nikkei. Since the announcement of that in our last episode, our North American union is now entirely full. With now just a few spots left on our global union, you can join us once again on the union ID of 47747. Once again, that's 47747 on the global server. We hope to see you there. As next, we turn back to Murasaki Shion of hololive Japan. Just before HoloFest announcing her upcoming graduation from the agency, Noriko Trans also giving us more details now. This coming from a nearly 10-hour stream, and then that stream naturally being clipped since. Shion reading the comments about her graduation announcement stream and being very impressed by the comments left. Shion emphasizing that she did not graduate because she stopped liking her fans, and also that a lot of people had been speculating she quit because of hololive's mistake on the release of her original song. Holo staff mistakenly organized her original song to be released on the night before her birthday. She says there's no way she'd quit over something like that. Shion also explaining that graduating was her decision after thinking about many different things over many years. She says there wasn't a single thing or a single person or a single trigger that made her decide to graduate. Shion also saying that it is natural for a company's direction to change a lot over 6.5 years. She absolutely thinks that being a part of a company means following their rules. So if she wants herself to be different, the only realistic way is for herself to change from being Shion. That is the conclusion she reached after a lot of thought, and that is why she is graduating. And in regards to becoming an affiliate, Shion saying that she is always all in or all out, and that instead of remaining as an affiliate with hololive, she has instead opted to fully graduate. And also with hololive Japan, we have Kazama Iroha now taking a break from some activities. She-boy here with this announcement on a partial hiatus. Iroha saying, I'll be going through rehab to be able to speak normally. Sorry for making you worry since the end of last year. I really appreciate your constant support. Paused activities including live streaming, including both solo and collab streams, posting on any social media, and some of the works where she would have had to use her voice. Ongoing activities will be posting membership wallpapers, posting contents already recorded, posting YouTube shorts, and also adding that for dancing, I will consult my doctor to make sure I will not be pushing myself too hard. Meanwhile, with VNU, we have Spectra Libitina now officially making her graduation announcement from the VNU VTuber agency. Final stream being on Saturday, March 29th. saying, as my impending demise, Death 2.0 nears, please know that it has been an immense privilege to be your ghost princess. This all further with VNU, we have Suri Solari, now at the time of this recording, also announcing her graduation from VNU. That being set for exactly 1 week before Spectra's graduation, occurring on March 22nd at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. And going on to add, I will be receiving 100% of income on the graduation date. Memberships will be turned off 1 month after graduation. Merch will be closed 1 month after graduation. I may appear in more VNU-verse episodes after graduation as they are pre-recorded. And further along, we also have Oshi Link now announcing their own indefinite hiatus. That now slated for March 31st of 2025, remarking we started Oshi Link with the intention of allowing our talents to retain as much of their success as possible while providing an easier entry into the VTuber space. However, we have found that the agency is unable to further sustainably support the full needs of our talents in the long term. For the talents, all model intellectual property for the VTuber group Solanas will be released to the talents at no cost. Talents in VTuber group Comets will be returning to independent status with the persona that they brought into Oshi Link. That turning us back over to Wild Spice, the bratty demon Hole Queen, and one of our wonderful mods here at TBS, and also a member of Oshi Link, sending out this message: I don't like doing the black text on white background, so you get purple font. With Oshi Link going on an indefinite hiatus on March 29th, I will be doing an Oshi Link recap stream on March 29th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Adding, the Oshi Link merch store is no longer taking orders. It will be processing unfulfilled orders. Wild Spice will be still Wild Spice. And underlining, once again, I am not graduating. I am still doing the things. Well, next today, we also have the Socks VTuber agency, now welcoming a new member, that being Alien Mixture, herself formerly of the VNU agency, and saying of joining SVA, surprise, I am excited to announce that I am now Socks agency girl failure alien. Super excited to sign my life away. I mean, sign my merch rights away. Merch that might have included a gun. Socks agency saying, yes, we are still working on the gun. It's a long process to do it right. Here's a very minor update. And then providing this update. Hi guys, we had a meeting and concerns were brought up internally by several SVA members, so we have decided not to move forward with the production of the gun. We apologize for getting people's hopes up. However, the comfort of our workers, talents, and staff takes place over a potential item that could be for sale. Again, we apologize. We could not do this at this time. However, maintaining everyone's happiness and comfort within the agency is our first priority. As we are now happy to give you the annual recap of HoloFest. Once again, that involving both the hololive Super Expo 2025 event over this past weekend and the hololive 6 Fest event, that entitled Colorize Harmony. Back in December, showing us that the girls would have these hoodies, as also the boys are getting in on the hoodie action. All-Stars JP and All-Stars Ian shown here and there, while hololive themselves would be selling their very own version of that hoodie. And yes, we are very big fans. hololive once again planning 4 different stages, including Stage 1, Stage 2, a creator stage filled with music from loads of different music producers and artists throughout Japan and the world alike, and then properly a Stage 3. A month later in January, hololive allowing all their talents to show off their upcoming idol fits for HoloFest. And yes, once again, we are fans. Iris saying, I had such a hard time choosing between black and white and skirt and pants, literally was debating for weeks. Be prepared for absolute cuteness. This then leading, of course, to the much expected pin-like colors chart. Then at the beginning of February, various sponsors publicly coming forward that they would be a part of the event, including Height, here showing off their latest keycap set. hololive the next day, then detailing some of the events that would be at the Super Expo, along with the hololive Super Expo 2025 food and drink reveals. Food distribution at this event apparently being much smoother than in the year before, wherein some attendees were ordering up to 20 different meals, leaving a shortage for others attending. Morika Life is showing off her popcorn, saying, we popped off in games, we popcorn now. As then after Valentine's Day, hololive would provide this impromptu map of the Super Expo. And then at the beginning of March, revealing that the mascots would be returning, along with the addition of 3 new members. Fumoko at this time also making their own bingo, including Corne Flip, Yago sighting, buff Holo member cosplayer, high kick during performance, Yabirus, Bay dancing on the floor, Enreco cape, and many other bingo entries that would come true. Shushiro Botan with hololive Hololive Japan sharing this picture of Yago, arguably looking far healthier than in years past, and Botan remarking a wild Yago encountered during rehearsal. Botan herself being teased alongside this upcoming Street Fighter 6 and Hololive collaboration, while attendees would see that Amelia Watson had left a message remarking, "Teammates, always have fun. I'm watching over from another timeline. Thank you for supporting EN." This all while the Gura full-size statue returned, this time sporting an Enreco cloak, and just as the gates to the fest opened up, figurine marketers would immediately take to social media to reveal what would be on the floor, including loads of new Nindos, not only featuring the remaining members of Hollow Promise, but also these upcoming Uemoko Nindos. Uemoko also shown in these prototypes for pop-up parade figures, while we had loads of Relax Time figures being previewed, alongside prototypes and Da Babies. Max Factory Figmas would be previewed, while also turning a lot of heads were these huggable plushies running for 66,000 yen a piece. And if you were wondering what the crowds looked like as the gates opened, well, here we have this look here from Hawiki, providing this "oh my god." Numerous fans immediately lining up at the Hollow Indie booth located near the entrance. Long in development games like Flare Nue Nue Quest being shown off, alongside this surprise, that being Hololive Petite Village. This game being labeled as Swords, Shops, and Country Life, letting us know you can decorate your room however you like, such as with furniture and acrylic stands featuring Hollow members. That's right, we have Hollow Crossing. And lastly, among the figurines being previewed were these wedding dress style figures, scheduled to be released in late June of 2025. And alongside these 1/7 scale figurines of both Fubuki and fellow gamer member Mio, the two could be seen on the show floor in full-scale glory. This display also promising both Okayu and Korne will be coming up with their own full-scale representations as statues, while also on display, of course, was the full-scale Marine figure recently released in 2024. And as is tradition, we had the initial opening ceremony hosted by the mascots, one of the new members, Kumarine, inviting a load of attention from showgoers, while she's back. That's right, Amelia Watson, or Small Ame, could be seen on the show floor, seen here led around by staff and almost running into a wall. So while Amelia Watson could also be heard over the public announcement system.
Long time no talk, everybody. HololiveD and this is number one detective at your service. It's Amelia Watson. Konnichiwa to minasan. Yo, see me? I hope you've been having things to do for fun at this year's Super Expo. Everybody's working super hard. Let's keep cheering them on so they can do their best. Yahoo!
As also on display was an ongoing manga live drawing canvas and more announcements of upcoming Hololive Friends with You figures, including that of members of Hollow Justice and Flow Glow. And speaking of Flow Glow, they would also receive their own cosplayers alongside other members of Hollow Device. Cosplay at this event taking quite a turn, including the appearance of numerous doctors. This as other cosplayers would show up in armor and also go on to show off how buff they really are. Now, for the 4 stages, this is the seating map, and very important to understand, as not only were there 2 opposing stages, but also a middle stage. So we say Hochimachi taking the center stage at the beginning of the Stage 1 event, or as fans would call it, the Cube. This Cube stage actually rotating during the performances. Numerous members of Hololive performing in the Cube, including that of Murasaki Shion at her final HoloFest appearance, saying it was the best view. Thank you so much. This is the last live performance. I'm so happy. Please support us until the end. Members of Regloss taking the stage in both their casual and performance outfits, while existing models like that of Laplace would see marketed improvement in their actual hair physics. The stage would include unique backgrounds to those performing on the stage, as also present were not only pyrotechnics, but a live band. This band, over the course of 2 days and 4 performances, encompassing over 180 18 songs. All while the camera director made questionable decisions for those streaming at home. But at least this moment was not lost to those viewing, that being the double Fuomoko high kick, the twin guard dogs joining in on this long-held tradition and further taking to social media after saying, "Thank you for making our dream come true. Bow bow." There were also other physical moments like this one. We saw Bakura doing a sort of Dark Souls roll and saying that she was crediting that to Korone. As also performing half splits on stage was Heikos Bells, further represented here by Nikuyama. Rats outside the venue taking this shot of them yeeting the rat. They were marking, "I laughed so hard I thought I saw an IRL graduation scene where they throw the hats," before I did a double take and realized that it was flying small bays. Other startling revelations from the first day included this one, showing that Kobukanaru of hololive Indonesia is the exact same height as Hosho Marine of hololive Japan. Bibu also asking Bibu Doko. Yes, that's right, Koseki Biju actually is in the shot behind Moko-chan and would later be dwarfed by both Kyla and Narissa. This all ending the activities of day one. This fish-eyed lens shot from hololive showing off the opposing stages. Day two beginning with the creator stage, and then later moving into the final and third stage. Inagami Korone showing off these screenshots and saying, "Thank you again this year." Yes, that's right, it's a one-hand stand. Once again, owing to the tradition from Inagami Korone doing highly physical activities on stage at HoloFest. This all while Ora Crony would surprise the crowd with her song selection, that being of Lolikami Requiem, giving the crowd a Crony beam. And of course, with the one-hand stand, even more traditions were held, as then later, Korone on stage with a Caillou would do a double cartwheel around the cat VTuber, under the TV going on to show off these dynamic moments at HoloFest. All while this year, kicking was all the rage, under the TV giving us these 9 different kicks from the event, and even backing it up with their very own screenshots. Also, Dylan Paradis at HoloFest would reveal that there was a singles meetup convention just down the hall from the hololive convention. The convention itself also wrapping up with this news, hololive Production English announcing an all-new project entitled Dreams, stating it's an official hololive smartphone game on the way, promising a simultaneous worldwide release except for where it is not available in some regions. Also, over the same weekend, one of the hololive members would be celebrating her birthday, that being Iris. Hololive Production English saying, "Happy birthday to the sweetest, totally say so Nephilim of hololive English, promise." Iris going on to announce her upcoming 3D birthday live event, now set for March 16th at 12 p.m. JST. That, of course, being this Saturday night on March 15th for those of us in the West, beginning at 8 p.m. Pacific and 11 p.m. Eastern, and now promising numerous guests, including Ina. Iris also being joined alongside Oro Crony in Hong Kong, upcoming on March 30th for a meetup as a part of the official hololive Meet 2025 lineup. Oh, well, finally, yesterday was the date for the most important piece of hololive merch ever. The Roboco Nindo is real. Get them while you can, because someone else may be buying them all up. As that is all for this episode, as always, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe below. Send in your VTuber news to our Discord, as we'll have more things VTubers say for you soon.